Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Carlos here. I am here with Liz La Rochelle. She is one of our parents in our Great Kids After School and Summer Camp program, and she's with us today because she has an amazing business that she does. She provides for families throughout the community, and she's one of our main supporters of all the events that we have throughout the community that we provide to you all. So I just wanted to have Liz here with us today, and so she can kind of share some of what she does and who she is in the community and how she's here to be able to help you and your family as well. All right, so Liz, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Liz, can you just kind of tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do and what brought us to this point?
Absolutely. So I am, I'm actually an attorney. I work with my mom, Charlene McGraw, at an elder law and estate planning practice in Skinny Atlas. And the other fun thing that I do is I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary for being a travel advisor, helping families plan their vacations to really, maximize their time together and to create a stress-free experience.
That's fantastic. So as you all know, I am truly committed to the community, right? And I feel the community and building a better community also starts with our families. So being able to have someone that can create an experience for your family that's going to really help your family just experience memorable lifetime memories, right? With the events you're able to travel or provide for them to travel throughout the community and throughout the world, wherever you have them going. I see some of the stuff you put on Facebook, so you got some great destinations. So just knowing, I know what that would mean to my family to have that opportunity to be able to have that experience together. So with all the families that we have in our program, I would love for you to kind of share a little bit more about what you do and how you can help them. So I just have a few questions we're gonna kind of go through, guys. And so, what are some of your favorite destinies through Disney, right? Because Disney's like a primary. What's the name of your company?
So the name of our travel agency is Share the Magic Travel,
right.
And my particular branch is Share the Magic Travel with Liz La Rochelle. And our company did start as primarily Disney focused,
Awesome.
Theme park focused, and so we do curate experiences for clients who are looking to go to Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruises. Even I've had clients travel overseas to Disneyland Paris.
Wow.
All of those experiences we're able to assist clients with, in addition to Universal. However, we do destinations beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
A thing that I focus a lot of my agency on is doing cruise travel for clients. One of the reasons I really love that for families is because they don't have to pack up and move to different hotels, but they can still travel to different destinations. And particularly for moms, that is a lot less stress when traveling.
I can imagine. I see what my wife goes through when we got to get together for stuff, so I already know what that's like.
Because the packing and unpacking is a lot.
Yes.
And so it's helpful when you're looking at destinations for families to really hone in on those pressure points and pain points for a family traveling, and to get them to a place where they can have an experience that everyone gets to relax, not just the kids.
So Liz, as you go into the cruise conversation, why do you think people don't think of cruises as a family trip as opposed to like going to an actual place?
Yeah, I think that there is a little bit of a stigma with cruises, particularly some cruise lines, of being like a party atmosphere. And so some individuals don't necessarily think towards cruises for traveling with their kids because they're not looking to take their kids to a club.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
However, there are so many products out there that it's part of my job is to take the family and say, what are the ages of your children? What are you all looking for from a experience? And to match them with the destination, with the cruise line. So whether that is a Royal Caribbean product, a Carnival product, a Disney Cruise Line product, or even a all-inclusive. Let's say you have somebody who really suffers from motion sickness, and they can't really imagine themselves on a cruise. We also have destinations that are all-inclusive that allow a similar experience less stress, more fun.
Okay, excellent. So again, so I guess that would be some of the space that I'm in, right? Because when I used to think of cruises, the only cruise I would think that I would take my family on would be a Disney cruise. Not realizing that some of these other cruise lines are actually can be suitable for your family as well.
Oh, yeah, there are. So, in particular, Royal Caribbean is really working hard to position itself in the market opposite to Disney as being an alternative,
Okay.
particularly for clients who have older kids,
Yep.
adult children, or children in the teens who may think, okay, I don't want to do Disney anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not into the characters. That experience isn't as attractive to me. Royal Caribbean can be a really amazing product to look at
Yep.
to see if there's a ship that might fit that for you.
Okay. So I have seen on your face. Can you tell us what your Facebook page is?
Yes, absolutely. So on my Facebook page, you can find me Share the Magic dash Liz La Rochelle. You can also find me on Instagram. I'm at Share the Magic with Liz. If you are typing into Facebook at Share the Magic with Liz, you'll also find me there. I also do have a private group on Facebook called Family Travel and Vacations with Liz. And you can find me there, and I would be happy to have anybody join that group.
That's awesome. So I know that I follow you on Facebook, so I see all your posts. You have a lot of awesome destinations that are inclusive, right? Can you explain like what that is and how that kind of works? Whether it be a family, whether it be a couple, whether it be just a group, like what are those type of settings that you can set up for everyone?
So when you are booking an all-inclusive, one of the things that is included with many of the places are your food, your drinks, depending on the product, depending on the destination, depending on the resort. That can also include things like use of their water sports. It can include things like greens fee at a golf course. It can include things like scuba diving. It really, depending on the place that you end up and what you're looking for out of your vacation, you can definitely find an all-inclusive that goes beyond just, the drinks and the food to include so much more than that.
So what I find, I guess, is when you go on a vacation, you actually probably spend so much money trying to create all these different things, whether it be going out to eat, whether it's going to an event, or whether it's going maybe golfing or whatever it is. Those are all added expenses to what you would already be included in your all-inclusive.
Exactly.
Right? And it could be a little bit more what you're spending or more what you're spending because you don't have the access to it. It's not, you got to kind of move. It's a little bit more involved than when you actually have an all-inclusive resort that you're able to go to a space you're able to go to.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. I think logistically, an all-inclusive can be very helpful for parents because they're not trying to get kids to the restaurant. One of the things I love about some of the all-inclusive brands that we have, whether that's Finest or the Beaches brand, is that there's childcare involved. So if mom and dad, the parents, the grown-ups want to go out and enjoy a dinner by themselves and have adult conversation, there's the opportunity there to have kids head over to the kids club so that the adults can have some quiet time and some space and some peace. So I love that with those brands.
That's awesome. So what are some of the let's just say destinations that are I guess you could say popular and or that you feel if you think of a family, let's just start with a family first. They'd be like, hey, if I were to look at a place for my family, these are probably the top 3 that I will look into or I would think would be a suitable vacation trip for them.
Yeah, so that would depend on what the family's looking for, right? Yeah. So if a family is coming to me in central New York and looking at, let's say, anywhere between January and March when the skies are gray and we're looking to thaw out a little bit, maybe see some sunshine, then immediately I'm going to start thinking, okay, let's look at a Caribbean all-inclusive. Let's even look at South Florida if the temperatures are high enough to see if there's something we can put together there. Also, let's potentially look over at California, or let's see what the flights might look like to Hawaii.
I've been to Hawaii. Hawaii is nice. It is amazing there. Oh, if there was one place, like I said, I enjoyed the most, that was probably one of my favorite trips to ever go to. But continue. Hawaii is awesome.
Yeah. And so that would be where I would start looking
Yeah.
for for that time of year,
Yeah.
for a family. And part of that search would very much depend on the consultation that I would have had with the client about discovering what is it they're looking for from a vacation.
Okay.
Because not everyone is looking for beach and relaxation.
Yeah.
You know, there are some clients who are looking for more adventure or more action than that. And so then
what would an adventure? What would be like an adventure or action? Like, can you kind of share like because again, as I sit and think, I'm thinking like, man, I want to go to the beach. I want to be in the water. But what would be an adventure trip, or what would be an action-based type of trip that you would consider something that someone should look into or think about?
Well, so then I would be looking at, okay, well, let's go to a destination where you can do both, right? Let's look at Jamaica, where you can have these excursions to gorgeous waterfalls for hiking, or like a catamaran cruise, or let's look at, I actually really like Mexico for this. There's cultural ruins. You can go to,
Can I chime in real quick?
yeah.
I went to Mexico too. And I went to the pyramids and all that type of stuff. That is an incredible experience as well. Just being able to see like this stuff was actually really created before we actually had cranes and all. Like that's awesome too.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, that was really
it's
cool.
amazing to see those, and also to experience the cenotes and these, you know, pools of water that are underground and crystal clear.
Wow. Where was that? Where would that be?
That's in all of really South America, but there's tons in Mexico
Really?
in particular.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, this is a total like history thing, but you know the meteor that struck Earth and created the Ice Age created these
little
cenotes, pockets of underground cavities in space that have filled with water.
That's awesome.
And they're gorgeous. You know, there are the stalagmites and the stalactites that are all there. You can go swimming in them. You can go, you know, cave climbing. So all of those experiences for someone who's looking for a more adventure travel experience,
Yeah, that makes sense.
definitely would
Very nice.
recommend there.
Very nice. So if you were to speak with the families, right, and how important do you feel, just as a family unit in a lifetime of a family, that a vacation or something like this, how do you feel as far as the importance of that, and if it was possible to make happen, right? Because a lot of people don't feel that they can make it happen, right? Like as far as just maybe what the cost may be, or they just can't picture it happening for them. Like, how do you feel as far as that being something that they should really look into for their family as an experience, if you kind of understand what I'm saying?
I do. I think that this becomes abundantly clear to me when I actually think about what pictures are ending up in the collections, what are ending up on the graduation boards, what are ending up, you know, on sometimes at the funeral boards. The vacation, the pictures that end up on those boards are vacation pictures.
Wow.
Where everyone was together, where everyone seems like they're having a good time, where everyone's smiling, where everyone seems relaxed, where there's that funny story about, you know, Uncle Jim who, you know, did some hijinks or shenanigans and almost got you kicked out of the resort.
Yeah.
You know, those are the memories and pictures that end up being the stories that we tell.
Yeah.
And
the reflections, right? The reflections of that time.
And so I think that when you think about it in that aspect and you really hone in and realize how important the experiences are versus the stuff, versus the tangential items, you realize the value of it.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that for very many vacations, you can be booking out into 2026,
That was my next
2027.
question. Like, yeah, when, like, because sometimes you think like, all right, I got to do this next year, but I can't necessarily do it next year, right? Can I
Absolutely.
plan it out? Like, you mean like,
Yes.
how does that work? And when someone comes to you and say, hey, how can I? This is what I'm looking at. This is what I want to try to be able to do. Can we do it in this time? Where are we looking at? Can I make payments on it? Can I set it up that way?
Absolutely.
Like, how does that work for a family? 'Cause I think that's important too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there are so many what we call suppliers, destinations that have availability and space open for 2026, not just 2025, but 2026 is almost fully open, particularly for cruise lines and all-inclusive destinations. 2027 is about to come online for a lot of those destinations as well. So you can make payments, you can come up with a plan that works for you so that you can plan this vacation over time.
That's awesome.
And then on the flip side of that, if you have a lot of flexibility, let's say you have kids who aren't really in school full time, you have a flexible job, you can also try to do things very last minute, right?
Yeah.
I would say that the availability for last minute, you have to be super flexible. It's not going to be during your spring breaks. It's not going to be during your Christmas
and you
breaks.
got to be able to leave on a Tuesday and come back on a Wednesday or something like that, right? Yeah, so you got to have that flexibility.
And it's got to be on some odd, week in October or November when nobody really has a break period during that time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have that
But that's where
flexibility,
they have the opening, and that's where they have probably some of the better deals and some of the better opportunities to really jump on the experience in that moment.
Oh, absolutely. So if you have complete flexibility or, semi-flexibility, ask about what the last minute deals are and see if you can make that work.
Okay, that's awesome. So again, when you think, and again, just I know myself as a parent and what I think, like I'm thinking 2026 seems so far away, 2027 seems so far away, and what's amazing is that everything comes really quick. It shows up before you even thought about it being there, right? So I just think being able to have that ability and that flexibility to be able to kind of plan ahead and future pacing as to what you want to see your family in this time and in that time, say a year and a half from now or 2 years, and planning for it, it gets everyone excited too, right? Because you have a countdown as you're building up to it, right? So everything you're doing is looking forward to this date. No matter what's going on right now, when we get here, we know we're going to be here for 5 to 7 days, and we're going to be able to just enjoy each other and be in this space with each other. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Liz, is there anything that you would like to share with the families and just kind of like what they should do if there's something they're thinking about, how they should reach out to you? Like, what are some things that, because me personally, I am going to be talking with you because I know my wife and we had tried to do a Disney cruise before COVID hit. And when COVID hit, we had to kind of backtrack.
Changed.
Like we had to backtrack and everything. So we haven't been able to not that we haven't been able to do it, we just haven't set the plan forward again.
Yeah.
So I will be reaching out to you, my wife and I, about setting that up for our family because again, my 2 older kids are 19 and 16. They're kind of out of the Disney space, but they're still children at heart. So I think they can still enjoy that experience that we want set up for them, right? And then my other 2 are 8 and 12, so they're still kind of in that cusp where they can still enjoy that experience. So we are definitely going to chat with you to try to set something up. But for anyone else that would like to reach out to you and start kind of planning something for themselves, what should they do? How should they go about it?
So this video, you'll see my information as part of this, and so you can reach out to me on Facebook, on Instagram. Just send me a message. My email for those who would like it is elizabeth@sharethemagictravel.com. You can always email me as well, and so just reach out and let's get the process started, and let's talk about where you want to go on your next vacation.
Awesome. Liz, thank you for joining us and sharing with us. Guys, I hope you took a lot out of this and you planning your next family vacation and or your first family vacation. I truly believe that when you're able to collectively come together as a family unit and be able to create these memories, as she said, reflections in those pictures and things like that, you'll be able to go to that picture and remember all those times and the moments you had during that time together. I think that's powerful, and I would love for you guys as a family and as our champions family and our Great Kids family to be able to have that experience for yourselves. And I hope that you're able to use Liz's program and her agency to really help you captivate those memories. So thank you again, Liz. Guys, thank you for being here with us. I'll have all the information kind of in the bottom of our feed here, as well as in our Facebook pages and things of that nature, guys. Have a great, great day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Share the magic.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. That was great.